All right, rate of change and slope. The rate of change is a ratio that compares the amount of change in y to the amount of change in x. So basically this is just saying your rise over run, how your y changes and how your x changes. So rate of change and slope are pretty much used interchangeably. So the constant rate of change is called the slope of the line. Okay, so we're going to be finding the rate of change today. All right, so we're going to find out if our rate of change is constant or variable by using these tables. And we're going to go ahead and assume that x is on top and y is on bottom if they don't tell us, because typically that's how it's done. All right, and so to find out if these are constant or not, I'm going to use that slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So your y's are on top and your x's are on bottom. So I'm just going to pick these first two ordered pair. All right, and I'm going to put the y's on top. So I'm 4 minus 1. And the x's on bottom, 12 minus 3. All right, and I'm doing the bigger number first just so we wind up with a positive instead of having to divide two negatives. But it really doesn't matter. I could say 1 minus 4 and 12 minus 3 would work out the same. So 4 minus 1 is 3. 12 minus 3 is 9. All right, so then I want to do the next two ordered pairs. All right, I want to put the y's on bottom, 27 minus 12, and the x's on top, 9 minus 4, which is going to give me 5 and 15. All right, then I want to look at the last ordered pair. I'm going to put the y's on top, 25 minus 9, and the x's on bottom, 75 minus 27, which is going to give me 16 out of 48. All three of these fractions simplify and they turn into 1/3. Okay, which we know that since this is my y on top here and x on bottom, that for each 1 yard I have 3 feet. All right, so all three of these simplify to be the 1/3, so this is going to be a constant rate of change. All right, so the next example here, the computer sold. Again, I'm going to put my y's on top, 12 minus 6. My x is on bottom, 4 minus 2. So I have 6 over 2, which is going to be 3. And then I have 25 minus 12 and 9 minus 4. And 25 minus 12 is going to be 13. And 9 minus 4 is going to be 5. And 13 divided by 5 is not going to be 3. So I can see right here this is not going to be constant. So this one's going to be variable because they're going to be different. We're going to find the slope of the line. We're going to look for perfect points. All right, so perfect points are the points that are on the corner of the grid there, so we know exactly what number it is and we're not guessing if it's a half or 1/3. Okay, so like the origin here is a perfect point. That line is going straight through the origin, so that's a good point. All right, and it looks like this next one might be a good point, or this one here, this 2 and this 4. Okay, so those are all good, perfect points. So I can use any of those. I just need to create my triangle using 2 points. All right, so my slope is my rise over run. All right, so if I go with the origin in this one, I'm going up 2, and I'm going over 1. All right, and going from left to right, this is sloping down. So this is going to be a negative slope, and 2 divided by 1 is just 2. If I use this point up here, then I would have gone up 4 and over 2, and 4 divided by 2 is still 2. It's still sloping down, still a negative slope. All right, so number 4 here, I need some perfect points. The origin looks good again. I can't tell where this point is. This one looks good right here. All right, so rise over run. from this point to this point, you're making your own triangle. We're going up 1, 2, 3, and we're going over 2. Reading this graph from left to right, it's a positive slope of 3/2. To find the rate of change from words, we're just basically going to set up a ratio. So Corey spent $46.20 on 12 gallons of gas. What was the cost of gas per gallon? Okay, so what's the cost per gallon? You use the labels that they tell you to. All right, so cost, that's the money, and we have the gallon. So what's the money per gallon? Well, the money is $46.20, and we're going to divide it by 12. Okay, so $46.20 divided by 12 is $3.85. So my rate of change is $3.85. All right, and that's my price per gallon. All right, my next example, a car can travel at a speed of 175 miles in 3.5 hours. What's the car's average rate of speed in miles per hour? We're just going to use their labels. Miles per hour. So my miles is 175. My hours is 3.5. So 175 divided by 3.5 is 50 miles per hour. So my rate of change is 50 miles per hour. All right, so you're going to find the rate of change using table, graph, or a description.